Hello there, welcome back to the Groomsman. I'll be your host, Jonathan. Today I'm using 3 Scots by Seaforth Shaving over there at Spearhead Shaving Company. Spearhead is a modern company and they bought the branding and the rights and everything to Seaforth, and they've been bringing back a lot of the old Seaforth scents and then modernizing them and everything. And this is one was a limited release. It actually wasn't a Seaforth scent. They were working on Black Watch, and he had a couple different scent profiles that they were working on before they finalized the one they got released as Black Watch. And I guess this was the runner-up that he really liked. They differ pretty significantly from what I read, and but he liked it enough where he did a limited release. So there was, I don't know how many sets that were out there. I got this one, originally I got off the Buy Sell Trade page just this week, unused. And then I know they did a limited release of EDTs for this too. It's all sold out now, unfortunately, but this one is amber, mandarin, neroli, jasmine, cardamom, and ginger. When right off the puck, it's very amber forward. You got that nice kind of powdery, ambery scent, and then followed pretty closely by the mandarin. And then after that, you get the jasmine, and then the kind of herbaceous notes, the cardamom, ginger, and the neroli are kind of in the back and not as prevalent. But when you lather it, which I just got done doing here with my new bowl, I got this, I don't know, it's like a soup bowl, like a lunch bowl or something. It's stainless steel on the inside and like this green on the outside. It's smooth, but I like it. It's nice and deep. And anyways, I got it for like $4 at TJ Maxx. But when it's lathered up, that amber kind of takes a back seat and becomes a much more like a herbaceous kind of scent. And that cardamom and the ginger come out a little bit more. The orange, what is it? Not orange. Mandarin, kind of like orange. Smells really nice. I like it. I dig it. When I first smelled it out of the tub, I was like, oh, I don't know about this one. The amber kind of threw me off. Like, I mean, obviously I knew the amber was in it because it's right on the front, but a little bit more amber forward than I liked. But that amber definitely takes a back seat once it's lathered up, and I really, really like it. Got it all lathered up here with the board. The soap is a little dark. It doesn't bother me. Some people worry about it staining their brushes. I mean, the soap comes out pretty white anyways, and I used a white board and I didn't notice any difference in it. But the soap is pretty dark until you scoop it. Usually that's just a result of oxidation from one of the scenting ingredients. I know that vanilla will do that. Any soap that has vanilla scent notes in there, it'll kind of oxidize to that brown color on the top. It's not a big deal. It doesn't do anything. It smells great though. I already have some pre-shave on there. I got some Badger brand pre-shave oil on my face, and I just wet it again a second ago. Like I'm using my Semouge Boar brush here. Thought about using a straight razor today. Oh, happy Easter, by the way. I got all distracted with my normal little intro thing. Happy Easter. I'm filming this on Easter. I should post it later today. I plan to anyways. We'll see. Sometimes life gets in the way. It's going pretty good here. I'm taking a little break. And we got up early and did egg hunting and Easter baskets and all that with the kids, and made breakfast. Now we're just kind of relaxing for a little bit, and then I got some family coming over this afternoon to hang out, and then for Easter dinner. Hadn't shaved. I don't think I noticed or called it out before I put the lather on, but hadn't shaved in a week. I think Monday last week was the last time I shaved, and now Sunday, so yeah, 7 days it's been. I keep meaning to shave. I've been on a really early shift this week. It's hard enough getting my ass out of bed at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, let alone getting up earlier than that to give myself time to shave. So usually I've been rolling out of bed and just shower right to work. I got a few more weeks of this shift, and then I go to nights again. I've been doing this weird thing where like not quite every 2 weeks. Some of the guys have been shifting every 2 weeks. I've been shifting like every 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, I guess it's better than being permanently on night shift. But there's a couple guys that are doing that because they like it. So there's like a guy that volunteers to be on night shift all the time, and a guy that volunteers to be on the swings. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier because we don't have to shift as much on my group. This Highland base smells so good. I've not used this base before, the Highland base, which is their newest base, and they started re-releasing. Apparently, they liked it so much over there at Seaforth that they have since gotten rid of all their old stock, and they re-released all of their other stuff in Highland base. So all of their soaps now, if you buy on their site, are all on this Highland base. And this is my first experience with it. Lather's super easy, pretty thirsty, takes a good amount of water, a really good amount of water. Very soft, which is not a bad thing, just I was surprised by how soft it was. Razor, Lupo, 0.72. I got it on a Stirling, I don't remember what this handle is called. But Stirling made these handles back in the day, and I got it in like a mystery box or something, and I dig it. Yeah, 0.72 safety bar. I do have the 0.58 coming just because I was curious about it, and somebody was selling it on the Buy Sell Trade page the other day. And so I got it at a bit of a discount from the new prices. And he said it was unused and still in like the original wrapping and everything. But yeah, I like the safety bar. I do have a dual comb one where it's safety bar on one side, open comb on the other. It's 0.95 safety bar, 0.72 open comb. For me, oh man, that's smooth. I found the 0.95 to be a little more blade forward than I like. I got a new Rapira. Super stainless? Yeah, super stainless in there. I really like these blades, by the way. I've had these for a while, they're not new. .72 I found was much more user-friendly than the 0.95, but it really depends on how you like your blade feel. From what I understand, this is based off of the Wolfman WR1 head design. Both Canadian-made razors. I have the Wolfman WR2. I've never used an actual Wolfman WR1. But from what I've read, Razor did a really good job cloning it or whatever. I will say, I do like that they made some changes. It wasn't like a one-for-one copy. The Wolfman doesn't have these cutouts on the corner, and I actually really love this. This is one of my favorite razors for just this reason. These cutouts, I mean, there's plenty of razors that have them, like the Henson has them like a little bit. You kind of see like those little cutout corners, but the Lupo does it all the way to that blade edge. So if you're doing lineups on like a goatee or a beard or whatever, it's really, really convenient to have the edge of the blade right at the edge of the guard. It makes it really easy to see where you're cutting. I think it's just a really great design. I imagine that it takes a little extra CNC time to make those cutouts. Surprised more companies don't do it though. Like some of them do them to an extent, but not right to the blade edge like the Lupo. I don't know why. Maybe it's just not cost effective. If I was designing a razor for sure, I would make that one of like my key features right there because it's fantastic. But it was like, I have the safety bar on this, but it just melts through that week's worth of growth. Like, doesn't even feel, no tuggy, no pulling, nothing, just right through it. The geometry is fantastic. The open comb is good too. Like I said, I have that dual comb, and the open comb 0.72 is quite comfortable. Man, that was just great. Rinse is super easy. There's not like a huge blade gap between the blade and the under, but it rinses super easy. No clogging, no hair stuck under there or nothing. Yeah, the soap like I just splashed some warm water on my face, and it really kind of made the cardamom come alive. I really like how that scent kind of transforms when you lather it. Because I don't mind amber, but amber by itself is not my favorite scent. Usually it's a little bit too powdery for me. But that amber scent is like very much, even though it's the first listed ingredient, it's very first and foremost in the tub. But once you lather it, the amber really takes a back note, or a back seat, and all the other notes kind of rise to the top. The cardamom, the neroli, what's the other thing? I'm missing something. The ginger. The ginger is right there with the cardamom. The jasmine takes a little bit of a backseat too. You can kind of tell that sweetness to it in the tub that comes from the jasmine. But most of that sweetness kind of just floats off once you lather it. Still there a little bit, it's just not as open. Man, I love this. This scent is really nice. I'm really happy with this purchase. I wasn't sure at first when I first got it. You get that first, you know, scent out of the tub. Sometimes you're like, oh, I'm not sure about it. It's kind of how I was with this one. I wasn't sure about it. I think I got it on Friday. It was this tub unused and a splash, and then Bears and Man's. I can't remember which one. One that I had, but it was a brand new tub of one of their aquatic scents. The name is escaping me. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyways, when I first took a big whiff of this, I was like, I'm not sure, maybe I made a mistake. And so I was like, unsure, which has happened before. So I just, you know, put it on my little spot next to my sink where I keep my shaving stuff. And then I just kept coming to it. Every time I come to the bathroom, I just take another little whiff of it. I was like, all right, I'm curious. I'm definitely glad that I tried it and I didn't like go with my first kind of hesitancy, because man, it smells so good. So good lathered up. I do want to try the Black Watch, which is like the official scent that went out for this one. The scent notes are pretty different on the two. I know they were kind of based off each other, but he modernizes the scents from what they were when they were initially released. And from what I read, the Black Watch is a sage prominent scent. I really like sage, a clary sage. And there is no note of that in this one. I was actually rereading through Seaforth's website the other day. That's how I noticed that they're in Highland base for everything now. I almost bought a set, or they had like, I think Heather was on sale because they were getting rid of the old stock before they put a Highland base and everything. And I almost bought a set, and I delayed, and then I looked, and they were sold out of all of the sale ones. So now it's just the Highland base. At least if you buy it through Seaforth Direct. I imagine if you buy through like TRC or, you know, one of the distributors, it's probably still the old stock. But I went through and read all their descriptions, and I really kind of want all of their soaps now. I used a sample of Heather that Adam gave me a while back, and it was marvelous. Really, really nice. And I been meaning to like pick up a set, and I don't know why I keep procrastinating. Other things keep grabbing my attention. And then Black Watch has interested me since it came out. I have Fleur de France, and I have a couple of their experimental bases. One's in like lavender and vanilla, and one's in tweed. The spiced, I wasn't sure about at first, but actually I think I might get that too. I have one of the little pucks of CK6 of Seaforth, or not, of the PAA's version of spiced, Seaforth spiced. But PAA, I guess, did more of a one-to-one, you know, remake of the original spiced. And I mean, I have it, like I said, and it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's a little too powdery for me. It's okay. It's just not, you know, in my wheelhouse. From what I understand, the Seaforth version is more modernized. It's not, you know, they take some of the dated elements out, so it smells a little bit more modern. And I heard the reviews so were some of the written reviews and stuff I read on Reddit and some forums and stuff were pretty good. I am curious, I want to try it. And heather, of course, I like Fougères. And then Blackwatch. Sea Spice Lime, that sounds good. I know Sea Spice Lime was like, when it first came out, was a huge hit. It seemed like everybody was trying to get a set. And then Sea Ice Lime did the same thing. I'm curious what scent he's going to do next. I was actually just looking on eBay. I have some old Seaforth stuff, like a couple of the little pottery, like the jars that the aftershave and the cologne came in, and one of the mugs for the soap. They're actually all heather. Well, the aftershave and the cologne are heather. The little mug for the soap puck is heather fern, or ferny heather. So I'm not sure if those were different scents. But I was looking on eBay, just some Seaforth stuff yesterday, just kind of looking around, some of the old vintage stuff. And there was a set of like the aftershaves, like a 4-set, new old stock, unopened and everything. And they'd only done one of these in the modern Seaforth, Fleur de France. And then there was like a limes one, but not Sea Spice limes. It was like British limes or Irish limes, something like that. And then European spiced, which I imagine was some kind of change to the original spice. And then I can't remember what the other one was. But they all sounded interesting. One of them was blue. They all had different colors. Fleur de France was kind of an amber color. I think the European spice was a blue for some reason. They probably just dyed them to make them look different, but it still looked neat. Obviously the limes was super green. So even against the grain, this razor was very comfortable. It is a little easy for me to overuse this razor. But it's got definitely blade feel, but it's not like a lot of blade feel. And I think it's just a little easy to over buff. Or maybe use a little pressure because it's so smooth. That was why I was curious about the 5/8. Sometimes I get a little, I can feel like a little raw spot right here. So I was curious how the 5/8 kind of compared it. Was it? Guess we'll find out. I was supposed to get it on Saturday. And then, you know, everything I've ordered from USPS in the last month or so has been delayed. It's funny, when I ship stuff out, it gets there super quick. I mailed some razors, the straight razors I used on my last thing, to Glenn over in Indiana, and it got to him. I shipped it out Monday morning, and it got to him like Wednesday. It was super quick. And then he sent them back, and it took like 6 days. Same shipping route, I don't know. But that was a shave. Super great, super smooth, very comfortable. I'm gonna do a quick cold water rinse, and then we'll check out the splash and see if it differs from the soap. I want to like do a little buffing right here, but like it feels a little overshaved. I think I'm gonna give myself some razor rim. I'm gonna do a quick cold water rinse, see if I can tone down my face. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. Got the matching splash here, alcohol splash. They also sell toners with most of their stuff, so you have the option if you don't like alcohol in your aftershave. This one's got alcohol, water, witch hazel, fragrance, aloe, polysorbate 20, which is just an emulsifier, and vegetable glycerin. So not like a crazy detailed aftershave splash, but a little bit more than just alcohol and water. I appreciate that witch hazel and that aloe and the glycerin. The amber is a little bit more right in front on the splash. Cheeks were nice, a little burning on my neck. Not from like a reaction or anything, just from the overshaving a little bit. But great shave. Super smooth. That razor is very efficient. That amber kind of evaporates off pretty quick, or if that's the right word. The mandarin comes out pretty strong. And then the cardamom, I think. It's nice. I do dig it. It's different. I do like how that scent transforms. That can throw you off sometimes if you get a soap like that where you smell it in the tub and you might not like it. Or if you do really like it and then it lathers up a little bit different. Sometimes they do that intentionally. Some companies will make their products a little bit different. I know A&E tends to make their EDPs a little bit different than the soap and splash. Like highlight certain scents a little bit differently because of the scent strengths, and it changes the way it smells. But sometimes it always doesn't work out well for me. I really like the leather scent they have, the Corinthian leather. One of my favorite soap scents. So smooth, super nice scent. But the EDP is a little bit smoky, which isn't in the soap. It's a little bit, I don't know. He kicked up an ingredient or added something in there, and it made it not quite the same scent for me. And because I like the soap so much, because it doesn't match, it kind of kills it for me. But this one, I think is perfect. It's just like the soap. That amber is kind of present right when you put it in your hands, right out of the bottle, and then everything else kind of really rushes forward. The orange, that kind of sweet mandarin scent, and then those herbaceous notes, the ginger, the cardamom, the jasmine. Well, the jasmine's not really a herbaceous note. That's more of a sweet floral note. It smells really good. I really like it. It's a pretty amazing scent. I wish I got the EDT, but alas, can't get everything you want. But that was a shave. I hope you guys like it. Hope you have a good weekend. Happy Easter if you're doing Easter stuff. We did some egg hunting with the kids and it turned out great. And I'll see you guys here later this week. Hope you have a good one.